morning, everyone. It's Thursday, April 24th, and thank you for joining us on Up to the Minute. I am Linda Davis, the Office Manager for College Operations for Northeast, and we will be joined shortly by Sharday Campbell, the Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager. Want to give you some information on how you can find it if you've missed us before. We're live on Houston Community College's district Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV, noon, 5 and 10, Monday through Friday. Today, for Thursday Family Fun Day, a local journalist returns to tell us what's hot in Houston. The name of her online publication. She is Ms. Valerie Sweeten, editor, founder of HotInHoustonNow.com, a Houston-based online news source, and our Thursday Family Fun Day guest. Hello and welcome to the show, Valerie.
Mute. How are you? Sorry about that.
That mute button is real tricky.
It is, it has to tell you what to do.
That's right. Well, we'll be back in just a minute. And we're also going to have a visit with our Creative Writing Club publication partner, Alex Napasindayao. I said I was going to remember it. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Go ahead and pronounce that name because I thought I would hold on to it, but I lost it.
It's Napasindayao.
Yes. Alex is an HCC student with our Creative Writing Club, and she's the president, and we'll be back with her and Sharday in a little bit. So we're going to go back to our Valerie Sweeten, and we're going to have some fun where she tells us all about what's going on in Houston. Valerie.
Yes, ma'am, we sure are. We have so many great things happening here in Houston. I don't know, have you had a chance to go check out the Great Elephant Migration out at Herman
No, but
Park?
I hear it's here. It's here. When is it leaving?
It's only here till April 30th, so you really need to go out and see it. I was out and about last week taking a friend who was visiting for Easter, and it was so crowded, so crowded. It is so amazing. There's 100 life-size elephants that are constructed out of a thing called lantana by artisans in India, and they're traveling all across the United States, and Houston is one of the stops. They've been to New York, Rhode Island, Miami, and now we're here, and they're visiting us. There's a elephant in front of the Sam Houston statue. There's some by the Houston Museum of Natural Science, and all by Herman Park by where the train comes through. And you can touch them, you can hug them, you can take pictures with them. People love them. I love them. It was just fascinating to see them. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's really nice for us. I'm proud. I'm Houston proud. I'm native Houstonian. I'm proud that Houston gets the stop. Look, tell us about the Sugarland Arts and Music Fest.
Yes, that is coming up also this weekend. We have so many things going on. It is crazy. So the Sugarland Arts and Music Festival is returning. It is a 2-day festival, and it's going to have all kind of diversity of Fort Bend County and beyond with arts and food. It's the 4th year, so it's very family friendly. There's restaurants, a children's activity tent, a wine and beer garden, 100 artist booths, live mural painting. I have good weather. We have good weather coming, so goodness gracious.
Well, I hear it's put on by the Sugarland the Sugarland Cultural Arts Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization.
So everything you do will be just, it's for the community.
Awesome. And the cost at the door is what, $12?
I think so. Yes, it's not going to break your bank.
Well, look, that sounds like a family fun day. Tell us a little bit about Texas history for us, Texas history buffs. This is an important event, the San Jacinto Day celebration. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I have never been to this, but I think it's going to be amazing. I know they've been having it for years and years. It's free, it's family friendly, and this is going to bring the Texas history to life for the San Jacinto Day celebration. Over by the San Jacinto Monument. It's presented by the San Jacinto Museum and the Texas Historical Commission. So there's going to be reenactments, live history activities. It's the 189th anniversary of the Battle of San Jacinto. So be ready to see reenactors in period clothing. There's 2 reenactments for the battle. It is just amazing. There's expert lectures, look, eating, shopping. What else could you ask for?
I tell you, it sounds like a fun day for history buffs. The
Hmm.
two different shows, the
Hmm.
Road to San Jacinto History Showcase.
Hmm.
This sounds like great fun. And
Hmm.
it's 189th anniversary of the Battle of San Jacinto.
Yes,
Wow, that's a
yes.
very
It was
long
a
time.
Yeah, and that was a pivotal moment in Texas history. So all of us Texans need to head out there and important. And what a great spot to do it.
I'm telling you. Now let's just ease on down the road, ease on down.
I know.
So who doesn't get
Can you
excited
believe that?
about the
The Wiz
Wiz?
is coming.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. Tell us
the
about the
Wiz is going to be
Wiz.
on stage. So Broadway Across America is presenting The Wiz at the Hobby Center starting April 29th through May 4th. And if you've ever seen a show by Broadway Across America, it is fascinating. They are just top notch. It's beautiful. This show is also family friendly and it's recommended for ages 5 and up. And for people like us, we remember all the Wiz with Michael Jackson and all that
Woo,
back in the day.
yes.
So tell us, it's such a great story and such great music, such great music.
And of course, Lady Diana, the boss.
Yes, 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 of course. And so this is a Tony Award-winning Best Musical. I mean, what more can you ask for? It's that soul, gospel, rock, and 70s funk as Dorothy's journey gets her back to her contemporary world. It is, it's a pretty unique show, so but I would not miss that live if I had a chance.
Well, I feel like I want to click my heels 3 times and get home too. Get on down there to see the Wiz.
Yes, yes. It's gonna be one of those shows that's a sing along. I don't know if you've ever been to one of the Broadway Across America shows, and people are just singing along and just having a great time and dancing. It's a lot of fun. Mhm.
That sounds like my kind of show.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about Camden Park in the West Chase area.
Yeah, so West Chase is welcoming Camden Park. It's a brand new destination park in the West Chase area. It's open from 7 to 9 p.m. and there's all kinds of really cool amenities to play and do with families. There's a rooftop terrace, there's an adventure path, a hummingbird climbing feature, there's an interactive water zone, a reading room with crafts and activities, live music. Oh my goodness, so many things, a dog park that's fenced in, walking trails, so many things. They also have weekly programs that are like Zumba and Tai Chi, bingo, live music, a run club, a boot camp, yoga, creative workshops, so many things. So it's definitely worth checking out. So I would, head on over to their website so you can get all the information about what's available and what you can plan, in your schedule, because why not?
Well, I tell you, the Zumba, I'm there for that. The rooftop with a little wine, shh, don't say I said that. I'm there for that. This seems like a multitude of things to do, and it's family friendly.
Yes, yes. Yeah, if my kids were small, that's where we would be because I love stuff like that. Just, and you get a chance to go explore a whole new park.
Well, Valerie, this is fun. The Messina
Hmm.
Hoff, the winery that is not too far away and is hosting Wine and Roses Festival this weekend. I got my rose for Administrative Professionals Day yesterday. So if you didn't do anything for your administrative professional, it's not too late. We take late gifts. So get your wine and
Yes.
roses, but at, at the Messina Hoff.
Yeah,
Tell us
Messina,
about it.
right down the road. It's 2 days, so Friday and Saturday. And it's really fun where they have wine tastings, food pairings, live music. One of the big popular events on Saturday is the grape stomp competition. There's little like workshop things with like crafting charcuterie. There's barbecue, shopping. What else could you ask for? Great food and great wine.
Well, we have thoroughly enjoyed your visit with us. Do come back because we want to know what's all hot in Houston now. We want to
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
Valerie Sweeten, publisher and founder of HotInHoustonNow.com, a Houston-based online news source, and our Thursday Family Fun Day guest. We'll be right back with Sharday and Alex to tell us more about Vocab. You don't want to miss this.
Thank you so much, guys.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me, I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Right, welcome back. We're visiting with a student about the Creative Writing Club's publication party. Want to welcome to the show the Creative Writing Club president, Alex. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you guys for having me again. It's so great to be here again.
And so happy to have you. And because I'm happy to have you, I want you to say your last name one time for the people for me.
Oh yeah, it's Napasindayao.
Napasindayao. I appreciate that. I wasn't able to hear before the show. Well, welcome to the show. We're looking forward to learning more about your club and your publication. But let's begin. I've heard a lot about Creative Writing Club over time here at HCC, and I know that it is very large and active at our Northwest College. So let's begin with some general information about the Creative Writing Club.
Yeah, so we meet every semester. So meeting times do vary semester to semester, but we do keep them updated on our social media. But for this spring semester, we meet at the Northwest Katy campus every Tuesday in person from 2 to 3 p.m. on room 202. It's in that big fishbowl room right on the second floor. We also meet online on Teams, and then we just recently started a meeting at the WHI with Professor Smith in person. You could find them at the Library Commons. They have yet to have a complete room yet, but I'm sure that'll change sooner in the future. But yeah, we meet primarily Northwest, but we're hoping to expand eventually. And yeah, each meeting times does vary semester to semester.
And for those who are wondering, okay, Creative Writing Club, right? Like this isn't major specific. So one thing, I work in communications, one thing I had to learn was to really break up with the idea that academic writing, like what I write, how I write my essays is the only form of writing, right? So this creative writing, a whole nother expression, and not, you can have an engineer who can have that side, who can be really good at creative writing. So for students who are listening in and may not know if the club is for them, what type of majors and what type of students are you all seeing that are gravitating toward the club, and who would you like to see more of?
Yeah, we have a bunch of different demographics that join our club, right? So we have a couple of students who are majoring in nursing, some who are majoring in psychology. I'm majoring in chemistry, and it's a completely different field from writing, but it's still something that I love to do and enjoy. And what's even greater is that creative writing isn't necessarily just constrained to writing in our club. Some people can write lyrics or they can draw. We always accept every creative form of creating, honestly, any kind of platform that people like to do.
And so the meetings, what are you all doing at the meetings? Is it that time to create space for creating something, or is it more so y'all are planning out your events? What can people expect at the meetings?
It's a mix of both, really. We set aside a time to write where we decide whether we want to do a 10 minute or 15-minute prompt. but typically those prompts are either gifted by our advisors or our very own club members themselves. They're really fun. Sometimes they're solo writings, or a lot of times we do collaboration writings, and those are really fun because we do kind of half-half, and it's nice to see people's different styles when it comes to creating.
I love that idea around collaborative writing. Writing is a muscle, right? So just having that intentional space to write outside of what you're obligated to write for your classes in of itself is a release. And I'm sure it helps just kind of like balance everything that students have going on. Now, the other thing that you all have is you all produce Vocable, which is a literary and arts magazine for HCC students every year. So what is this exactly, and what can we expect from it this semester?
So we just actually published our Vocable. We're hoping to get the physical copies soon because this year we had the fortune of connecting with an actual publisher. And so this is our first time kind of dealing with this publishing aspect, and we're excited to see the physical copies soon. It's really cut close, but our club really worked hard to get this publication in time. But Vocable is, like you said, a student-ran literary magazine by our club. Basically, we have a couple of different sections where people can submit to our magazine. So we have prose, written prose, like poetry, nonfiction, creative nonfiction, fiction in general. We have arts, we have screenplays, we do hybrid. So if you have a mix of different medias that you like to see, or we also have a section where you have a piece that hasn't been seen before. So maybe it's not necessarily traditional writing or art, and you still want to share with us, then you can go ahead and send it and we'll look at it. Yeah. So it's a great chance for HCC students and dual credit students to come on and share their work with the rest of the people. It's a great way to get your work out to the public. And we are very excited and encourage all students to kind of submit.
Yeah, and that's exciting news that you all have something published. But a lot of people think, okay, I publish it, that's the end. That is not the end. We need people to see this, right? And that's why you all are having a release and a reading for this publication. When is it?
Yeah, so our release and release party for Vocable is actually this Saturday, April 26th. It's hosted from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the WHI, the West Houston Institute. It's right across from the Alief Hayes campus. And it's going to be right in that big auditorium, right when you enter that WHI. It's going to be great. We're going to have a couple of snacks. We're going to have the Vocable copies themselves also for the public. And we encourage all the featured artists and creators to come on in and kind of tell about their piece. We're going to be talking about it and kind of putting themselves out to the public.
And I think you missed the one of the biggest things, right? There will also be a scholarship awards. Now, is that at the Vocable event or is that separate?
No, so it will be at the Vocable event. It's an amazing thing that our advisors worked hard to achieve. So we'll be giving out 2 scholarships and then 2 awards. One of our submitters for the Vocable magazine will be awarded with the Lucille Joy Award and will also be gifted a $500 scholarship. And then another one of our Creative Writing Club members will be gifted the Dr. Zachary Hodges Award alongside with another $500 scholarship.
That is an incredible opportunity, right? To encourage our students in art and expression, because this still matters, right? This skill set, regardless, you're in STEM, but that skill set will help you communicate in different areas. And I think that's the beauty of being in student clubs, having that time for exploration, right, while you were in college. So what made you become the president of a club that wasn't necessarily aligned with your degree?
I've always loved writing. I've loved writing as much as I loved art. I've always been a creative person, and despite me going into chemistry and like some STEM field, creation is still something that I really enjoy. It's part of my personality or necessarily my identity, and I still think that even despite whatever major someone goes into, writing is such an important part of every day, and it's a great opportunity to kind of talk with fellow writers and students and kind of share each other's work.
And what year what year are you in? When are you expected to graduate?
That is for me, I'm kind of taking it slow, taking my time with work and school, kind of making sure that I do good in my classes and eventually, well, will be able to succeed further in my career.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so happy to have you at HCC. So happy that you are taking those classes, but you're also taking the time to get engaged on campus and really get into student life here at HCC. As we wrap out, those who may have missed it, when is the release? When is the reading and release of Vocable, the magazine, so we can make sure people don't miss out?
Yep, it is this Saturday, April 26th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The party is at the WHI West Houston Institute, right across the Alieve Hayes campus. And we hope to see everyone there at the auditorium.
All right, Alex, I want to thank you so much for joining us. If you missed, make sure you checked out the details about Vocable, the literary arts magazine from arts for students by students here at HCC, and come out to the event this month. Want to thank you for coming, Alex, and details will be posted about our Creative Writing Club after the show. All right, well, after a commercial break, Linda and I will be back with news and announcements.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
All right, welcome back. We're going to wrap things out like we always do here on Up to the Minute with news and announcements happening around HCC and in our community. First up, something close to my heart, dance. For those of you all that didn't know I had that side. Linda has that side too. She just doesn't show it. We are going to have a dance concert happening tonight, HCC's annual dance concert, choreographed by faculty, guests, artists, and students, and will be directed by Maggie Lasher. It'll be happening 7:30 p.m. tonight at Central Heinen Theater. It's free. Details will be posted after the show, so you can check it out.
Staff Senate elections nomination period has been extended. HCC Staff Senate election deadline is approaching, so don't miss the opportunity to let your voices be heard. HCC encourages staff to nominate a deserving colleague or themselves to serve as staff senator. The deadline to vote, 5 p.m. Wednesday, April the 30th. Check out the post for more information after the show.
All right, well, the Office of Student Life at HCC Southeast and Rec Sports is hosting a STEP Challenge series throughout the month of April. Coming up next is a de-stress walk. It'll be happening from 2 to 3 p.m. on Wednesday, April 30th in the Student Life lobby at the East Side campus. Walking is a proven de-stressor, so be sure to check that out. I think that'll be just in time for finals. Details will be posted after the show.
Houston Money Week, join competition for $1,000. April is Financial Literacy Month, so HC students can find out if they have what it takes to combine creativity and financial savvy. College, university, or adult education entries can win a prize of $1,000. Deadline for entries is April the 30th. Check out the post for more information after the show.
Alrighty, and Houston Money Week. Now, you know, both of us are from financial aid. That was big in April. So happy to see that is still going on. And I think if you've listened to this whole show, I think you would at least heard about 3 scholarships. We're serious about helping you fund your education here at HCC. So be sure to check out those opportunities. Well, all of these scholarship announcements is just in time for us to remind you that summer registration is ongoing and fall registration open this Monday. So now you have the opportunity to register for both summer and fall and locking in these classes early. Take a look at that schedule. Take a look at your work schedule and see, okay, how can I make this work? And the lines in advising are short. The lines in advising right now, advising and financial aid are short. So why are you waiting until July?
And this week is actually advising week.
I love that you brought that up. It is. Our advisors are out, literally meeting you where you are at the campus. You don't even have to book an appointment. They're waiting on you.
That's right. They're in the lobbies waiting for you to walk through the doors. So ease on down the road to any HCC campus because the advisors are waiting on you.
And we love to hear it's definitely here to help you take that next step. Want to remind you that our classes are offered in a variety of different methods, whether it's online on a schedule, online anytime, where it's self-paced. We have hybrid courses as well as the traditional in-person classes. And to learn more about our HCC programs, our start dates, and the options to cover costs, be sure to visit hccs.edu/apply. Looking ahead, tomorrow's HCC Department of Education will be here to discuss this upcoming event from voices from around the world and enlightening an unforgettable journey through cultural discovery. And for Film Friday, Art House Houston returns to talk about its Wes and Rick series, which will feature a classic Harold and Maude production. All right, we want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.